Hey there, Doherty family. In this video, we're going to focus on some operational aspects of school to make sure that I have all your questions answered and that things run smoothly for each and every one of you. We're going to begin with cleaning information. Right here, there's a link for the cleaning materials, which I've already shared with you, but it has the safety data sheets. It has what chemicals are being used. And then below that, I have an updated cleaning schedule that I've shared with custodial staff and walked Andrea through. If you want to take a look at that cleaning schedule, if everything seems right, that's great. If something seems out of sorts, please connect with me and we'll work that out with the custodial staff to make sure it gets corrected. Next, earlier this week, we had a meeting with Kyle Anderson, our business manager, myself, and a few staff members, just to address some questions that some staff members had about cleaning solutions. And I really appreciate Kyle going over and taking the time to talk us through those things. One of the big things that came up is, hey, when I come back into my room, I feel like my throat's a little bit scratchier than normal in the afternoon after the fogging. I'm worried about my asthma flaring up. And so here are some things that you might do just to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. One, make sure you wait 20 to 25 minutes after the room's been fogged before re-entering. And two, Kyle Anderson has available upon request an N95 mask, which is a stronger quality mask that lets less air particles in. And there's a spot in this week's Google Form check-in where you can request one, and we'll make sure that we get some over to you if you have that need in the afternoon. Next, we're going to talk about lunch locations. All of you, the majority of you have done a great job filling out the Google form to let me know where you plan on eating during that indoor lunchtime space so that everyone has a space to go to eat. I know it can be a challenge in between cohorts, getting your kids out for dismissal, then coming back and not having a place. And I'm sorry for for not being as explicit as possible for that. And I think we're beginning to iron that out. So thank you for your patience. This week, you'll get an email confirming your spot that you requested. If you do not get that email, please make sure you let me know where you'd like to eat so that I have enough space for you in that location. If you want to find a spot where you can eat by yourself and not with other staff members indoors, there's also a spot in the Google form for that. Please let me know so I can accommodate that request. And I just ask that you kind of keep that spot consistent wherever you requested to eat so that we have enough space for everybody and everyone's taken care of. When you get to school, one little tip that might be helpful for you is I know, when you're coming back from dismissal, maybe you can't get into your room because the room is being cleaned or just has been cleaned. You might want to find a spot in the building where you can put your lunch and other materials that you plan on using where it's easy and convenient to pick it up. Places like the Eye Center, the staff lounge, the music room, the art room. I'm sure Sophia and Nicole wouldn't mind if you drop stuff off in there. Use those places and utilize them so you can access your lunch and your materials that you need to work on quickly. Cloud Care communication. This is a big one. Our Cloud Care staff is working overtime to make sure that kids are completing assignments when they're with them. And the Cloud Care staff, the more information they have, the more they can help you and your kids. Now, so one thing I'm going to ask is at least one representative from every grade level send a weekly communication to Kathy Luthi, Jayla Buckley, and myself, just highlighting what kids need to be able to do in Canvas. And I'm pretty sure I've seen multiple examples of this, as many of you are already sending some type of communication like that to families. So families know how to support kids. So it could even just be using that exact same communication and just forwarding it along to Jayla, Kathy, and myself so they can help your students complete that work in Cloud Care. Please don't reinvent the wheel. If it's a communication you already sent to families, again, just use that and forward it along. I'm going to ask that at least one representative from each grade level be responsible for that so that we can really help support our kids in Cloud Care. Open house curriculum night. We've already talked about this. Before October, I'm asking that you do one of two things. Do a Zoom with your families or create on-demand learning materials like videos that go over things like the daily schedule, an overview of curriculum, overview of connections between in-person and virtual learning, how to navigate Canvas. And the big thing here is please don't reinvent the wheel. And you can even work together as a team in your grade level to build this content. So for example, if you want to split up the curriculum piece and each have a part of the video, that could be really helpful for you. Last thing, I've already shared this out. Thank you to Miranda Joint and Cindy Carson for making adjustments with afternoon dismissal. Sent this communication out. You can review it on your own, but basically we're going to begin this process Thursday and Friday and officially start on Monday, where the Wave 1 bus riders will line up closer to the bus loop on the front playgrounds.